Hey everyone, my name's Josh Oakes, and today I'm going to give you a tour of this 2012 Ford Transit Connect camper van. So it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but I was hired to convert another van, so I wanted to do a tour of it. I'll take you through the build, kind of show you what I did, and in some areas why I did what I did. So let's get to it. We'll start by covering everything that's on the outside of the van. So up top here, you'll see there are two 100-watt Renogy solar panels. Behind that, we have a Max Air fan. And then you'll notice there are two floodlights mounted in the rear corner of the roof. Also, I will provide links to all the products that I mentioned in this video, so if you're interested in any of them, take a look at the notes below. So moving on to what would be the front door, this is the passenger side rear slider. When we enter the van here, you'll notice on this panel on the left, there is the charge controller for the solar. Right here would be the light switch. And then this box here is actually a Bluetooth device that works in conjunction with an app that Renogy offers to give you a bit more information in regards to your electrical system, more so than what this charge controller will display. Behind there is a 2,000-watt inverter. I'll go over a little bit more information on that here in a second. And then just below that is a storage cubby. In the back there, it's actually open, and that's offering some ventilation because the electrical cabinet is behind there. Then we have two shelves here for storage. And then just to the right, there's a lockbox if you decide to take a little adventure away from the van. This is actually a little tap light that will be mounted right here, so you can click it and see what goodies you're locking up. Then above the driver and passenger seats, there is a kind of an extended storage bin from the Ford factory storage shelf that comes in these vans. This offers a lot of extra space, and then just a door and a black hole. It comes in handy when you're trying to store extra things. It's just a good way to utilize the height of the van. And then throughout the van, you'll notice there are these rods with the leather straps, and those are to hold the curtains when the curtains are made. So across on the other side, you'll see some leather tabs up there, and these tabs are designed to simply just unhook and you can store miscellaneous items, and then there's different slots so that you can change the size of the loop. Along the ceiling, you'll see some recessed lighting and the inside of the Max Air fan. Again, that light switch pops those on. And now we can take a peek at the electrical cabinet. So this simply just lifts up, and then that will reveal. We have our 12-volt deep cycle battery over here, then our fuse block for all of our 12-volt accessories like the lights and the fan. Here's the inverter that I had mentioned. This is a 2,000-watt inverter. I would say this is definitely more of the budget option as far as inverters go. There are some inverters that will allow you to connect to shore power and even have ports off the back so that you can run 110-volt elsewhere in the van for various outlets. In this build, I just have extension cords hooked into two of the three outlets that are on the inverter, and those are wired into outlets in other places in the van. I'll show you a closer look here. It's very important to make sure that the battery is secured in place so it can't move around when driving. So there's a frame around the bottom, and this block up here in the corner is preventing the battery from coming out of the frame on the floor. So that's all for the electrical, really. We'll take a look at the slider behind the driver's seat now. And so now we'll take a peek in this side of the van. Apologize in advance, the sun is not being my best friend at the moment. So down here is just a large storage cubby, and this is specifically designed to hold a massage table. Over here on the right, we have a battery isolator that allows the deep cycle battery that we just looked at to be charged when the van is driving down the road. Above that, we have one of those 110 outlets that I mentioned that's connected to, it's just an extension cord that's plugged into the front of that inverter. So when you flip the inverter on, then you have power here. This is supposed to be this guy, but when it showed up, the two USB outlets would not give me any power. So I got a faulty unit and the new one hasn't arrived yet, but that'll replace this beautiful blue tape. So moving around to the back of the van, pop these doors open. These doors actually swing 180 if you press that button. And then you'll notice some flip up tables here. And again, we have the rods for the curtains. We have a table on both sides. So now I'll take you through the rest of the compartments, and we'll start with the drawer on the left. So this is just strictly a large storage bin, nothing too fancy there. And then the reason for this notch here is a small little door, and that is used to store some items that the client uses for work. Being that the drawer is accessible when the doors are open, we decided to make the lid hinge so that way if you're inside the van, you can access all of the snacks. In the center here, this is just a simple bin that's held in with magnets. The lid is removable, and then just a big open cubby. This is challenging with one hand. Finally, this last bin is designed to have the lid remove, and then there is a portable toilet. Now this bin was designed so that you were able to use this if you gotta do the do in the middle of the night. Have a little spot for your feet. So that pretty much covers all of the compartments in the van. The latch just keeps the lid of that portable toilet storage from flipping over if you were to scoot off the end here. And you can also see the other 110 outlet here in the corner. Up in the top right there, that little red dot is the light switch to flip on the floodlights that we took a look at earlier. And now I will set the camera up and show you guys the pull-out deck. Excuse the fashionable knee pads. So this piece here is actually going to be a cross support that we will put in place once the deck is pulled out. So you pull the deck out, it will rest in place, allowing you to pull some pins and flip down the legs. You got one on each side, and then you lift it up. And then there's a stop that allows the deck not to pull right off the back of the van. So then you flip the legs down square. You can put the pin in to keep it from collapsing on you. And then we'll take this cross support here, and we'll put the cross support in here. And that gives the legs a little bit more rigidity. I think I just about covered everything. If you noticed anything throughout the tour that I didn't go over and you have some questions, feel free to leave a comment. This is a pretty fun build. It was a little bit different than the traditional build that I do in these Transit Connect vans. And it still needs a little bit of touch-up work, but for the most part, you get the idea. Thanks so much everyone for watching and taking the time to check out this build. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. Those birds almost just hit my camera. And I'll see you in the next video.